Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the movie moments that felt sad when we were young, but hit even harder now that we understand them on a deeper level as adults. Number 10. Hiccup lets Toothless go. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Hiccup and Toothless have been through a lot together. When Hiccup lost his leg, who was there by his side? Toothless, of course. That's why their farewell in the hidden world is so heartbreaking.
I was so busy fighting for a world that I wanted. I didn't think about what you needed. You've looked after us for long enough. Time to look after yourselves.
After defeating Grimmel, Hiccup realizes dragons aren't safe in the human world, and humans don't belong in the hidden world.
Go on, bud. Lead them to the hidden world. You'll be safe there. Safer than you could ever be with me.
So this isn't just goodbye for them, it's goodbye for all dragons and humans. Watching these best friends part is devastating, but when Hiccup sheds a single tear, we're done for.
Go, Toothless. Go.
And just when we think we can put the tissues away, Toothless reunites with his old buddy, who now has a family with Astrid. Well, that's us gone again. Number 9. All the Goodbyes. Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. While the earlier films had their soul-crushing moments, by the third movie, it felt like the filmmakers were out to completely wreck those of us who had now grown up. At the same time, they taught us about moving on, whether it's Gabby finding peace after Harmony rejects her, Woody leaving the gang for Bo Peep, or Andy saying goodbye to his childhood toys.
But the thing that makes Woody special is he'll never give up on you. Ever. He'll be there for you, no matter what.
Those of us who were around Andy's age during the latter two films were facing our own transitions into adulthood. Seeing Woody and the crew deal with these changes definitely helped us feel less alone, even if those moments still stung like a word we can't use in front of preschool toys.
Does this mean Woody's a lost toy?
He's not lost. Not anymore. To infinity and beyond.
Number 8. Hammock bonding. Lilo and Stitch. One of the most beautiful things about Lilo and Stitch is what it teaches us about ohana.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
But after a beach incident with Stitch, which wasn't entirely his fault but could have been fatal, Nani starts to doubt if she's the guardian Lilo truly needs. On what seems to be their last night together, the sisters sit in a hammock, and since words aren't cutting it, Nani starts to sing softly to Lilo while Stitch watches.
One fond embrace, until we meet again.
They've already lost their parents, so the thought of losing each other is just heartbreaking. Then, just when it feels like things can't get any worse, Stitch leaves too, because he believes it's his fault and that he doesn't belong.
I'll remember you though. I remember everyone that leaves.
Number 7. The Next Right Thing. Frozen 2. Teaching kids to focus on the next right thing when life gets overwhelming is an invaluable lesson.
You are lost, hope is gone, but you must go on.
However, they might not really get the weight of Anna's despair here quite like the adults. The song sends a powerful message about taking small steps when everything feels like too much, which hits home for anyone who's faced depression, anxiety, or tough times.
Break it down to this next breath, this next step, this next choice is one that I can make.
Kristen Bell, who voices Anna, pulled from her own mental health battles, making it feel even more real. It's a heavy moment for a kids' movie, but it reminds us all that when life gets rough, sometimes we just need to do the next right thing. That's enough to keep us going.
Then I'll make the choice to hear that voice and do the next right thing.
Number 6, the bee attack. My girl. There's so much about this scene that left us scarred as kids, but it hits even harder now. No child should have to face this kind of grief, and no parent should have to lose their child.
He was allergic to bees.
He's okay, isn't he?
There were just too many of them.
As adults, we fully grasp the unfairness of Thomas J's death, how sudden, random, and tragically avoidable it is. Kids might feel sad, but they don't always understand the deeper weight of loss. Then there's Veda's reaction, her tearful plea for his glasses, devastating in its rawness.
Where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. Put on his glasses.
It's the kind of heartbreak that stays with you, tapping into that universal fear of losing someone too soon. No wonder it remains one of the most gut-wrenching moments in 90s cinema.
I'm so sorry about Thomas J.
Okay,
We don't have to talk about him. Veda, we don't have to talk about him. It's okay.
Number 5, that montage. Up. Pixar really does a number on us in the first 10-ish minutes, doesn't it? The montage of Carl and Ellie's life together shows us the beauty of love, but also the painful reality of loss. From decorating their nursery to facing the heartache of not having kids, it's a gut punch. Watching them grow old together is sweet, but the way life keeps forcing them to give up on their dreams hits hard, reminding us how unpredictable life can be. Then Carl loses Ellie, leaving him with only memories. For adults, this is a reminder that life is a balance of joy and sorrow. And we need to embrace this bittersweet journey, both the joyful and painful experiences. Number 4, Leslie's accident. Bridge to Terabithia. Before Leslie came into his life, Jesse's world was small and lonely.
Let your head hang back and watch the clouds. Feels like flying.
Leslie changes that, opening his imagination and giving him a place where he feels free. Then, in an instant, she's gone. As kids, we feel the shock, but as adults, we see the deeper tragedy, not just in her death, but in what it takes from Jesse.
I'm sorry, son.
No, you're lying. She's not even dead, you're lying! Jess!
His denial, guilt, and the crushing realization that Terabithia can't bring her back make it unbearable. Grief forces him to grow up too soon, rewriting his reality. Leslie's death isn't just heartbreaking, it's a cruel ending to childhood itself, a reminder that magic can't protect you from loss, no matter how much you wish it could.
She's in your hands now.
Number 3, Mufasa's death. The Lion King. Why do children's movies love killing off parents in the most gut-wrenching ways?
Do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
I guess so. But why do I have to know? You're gonna be with me.
Some are so brutal, we may never forgive the filmmakers. One that's scarred, pun not intended, us as kids, and again as adults, is Mufasa's death in The Lion King.
Mufasa, quick! Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Simba.
Scar tricks Simba into danger, forcing Mufasa to brave the stampede to save him. He gets Simba to safety, only to realize his own brother is a traitorous murderer.
Long live the king.
Then comes the moment that wrecks us every time. Simba finds his father and desperately tries to wake him up.
You gotta get up. Dad, we gotta go home.
That scene shattered us as kids, and somehow it's even worse as adults. No matter how many times we rewatch, it still hits just as hard. Number 2, generational trauma, Encanto. If you first watched Encanto as an adult, you probably realized that the villain in this story is generational trauma. Isabella feels pressured to be perfect, Luisa fears letting everyone down, and Peppa, Bruno, and Mirabel each carry their own wounds. But the moment that truly breaks us is that flashback. Watching the young family flee and Pedro's sacrifice suddenly puts everything into perspective. Alma isn't just overbearing. She's a woman who's been through unimaginable loss and is scared of losing more. A lot of us see our own family history in this story. Encanto reminds us that while we may not start the cycle, we have the power to heal and move forward.
We are a family because of you. And nothing could ever be broken that we can't fix together.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Molly Grue finally meets a unicorn, the last unicorn. Isn't she so real for feeling like life passed her by without her dreams coming true?
Where were you when I was new? When I was one of those innocent young maidens you always come to? How dare you? How dare you come to me now, when I am this?
Superman, the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant makes the ultimate sacrifice to save everyone.
You are who you choose to be.
Baby Mine, Dumbo. How can anyone watch this without full-on ugly crying and immediately rushing to hug their mom or baby? Sarah's dad forgets her, A Little Princess. There are probably fewer things more devastating than this.
Oh God, Papa, don't you remember me? Papa, please, you've got to know me. And Sarah, remember? Remember India and Maya? Remember the Ramayana and Emily and the locker with Mama's picture in it?
Max gets mad at Goofy, a Goofy movie. It's like they were trying to make us feel bad for every time we snapped at our parents when they just wanted to spend time with us.
This is the stupidest vacation! You drive me from home, you jam me in this dumb car, then drive 1,000,000 miles away to see some stupid rat show! Call me when the trip's over.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Riley's anxiety attack, Inside Out 2. Inside Out taught us that sadness is just as important as joy.
You need me to be happy, but I want my old friends and my hockey team. I want to go home.
But in Inside Out 2, anxiety takes over, forcing Riley to suppress her emotions until the stress builds up too much, and her body finally says no more.
Come on, Riley, get it together. I'm not good enough. You have to score, Riley, or this will all have been for nothing.
Anxiety, you're putting too much pressure on her.
For many, it was the first time they saw their own anxiety mirrored so accurately in an animated movie. It wasn't exaggerated or played for drama. It was raw, unsettling, and deeply relatable.
You don't get to choose who Riley is. Anxiety? You need to let her go.
Whether you've experienced anxiety or panic attacks yourself, or just know what it's like to be overwhelmed by emotions, the scene makes you feel it. It's a rare, honest depiction of mental health that left a lot of people feeling seen.
I was just trying to protect her. But you're right. We don't get to choose who Riley is.
Which kids' movie moment yanks at your heart? Let us know in the comments.
Goodbye, Boo.
Kitty.
Kitty has to go.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.